Good afternoon. Welcome to our session, Hope and Hearts. We're going to do some paper crafting and cutting today. For this project, we're going to need 4 pages from an old book. Please don't have it a novel that you're currently reading, something that you finished with, or perhaps even something you found in the charity shop. I quite like the paper that has slightly yellowed. I think it adds to the quality when you make your project. I have cut a very simple heart template from a piece of card, and to do that all I've done is fold it in half, cut around it to get my heart shape. I've got a piece of string that I had lying around, perhaps from a parcel, length of string. I found a tassel, but this is just an extra. Again, you might make a tassel yourself using some thread, but this was something I found lying around the house. And I've got some marker pens. I've got a pink, a red and a yellow. I've got my trusty crafting scissors and of course our glue stick. So to start with, we get our pages. I tend to use 2 together and I find this works quite well. I'm going to cut 2 together, tear them apart, make sure they're together, fold them in half. I'm going to lay my template down on my page. I like to make sure I get all the text in. I'm going to use a pen to just draw around it. Now this is quite a large book, so I'm probably going to be able to get both 2, lots of 2 from this. I don't need that one. Now I've got 2 lots of 2 hearts drawn, so then we cut around that. I find the easiest way is to always cut it in half and then cut around the shape. Take your time when you're cutting. If you're not very confident, just take your time. The more you cut, the more confident you become in cutting paper. Take your time. If you want to, cut one section at a time. But I've now got my 4. To move that out of the way. Move my template out of the way. Now I've got my 4 hearts, as you can see. Okay, now I'm going to lay my hearts out on my piece of paper, and on each heart I'm going to write or draw a letter. So this one is H. This one will be, to use the red for the next one, O. See, I'm kind of forming a pattern. Next I'm going to do P. Now of course, if you're very confident with calligraphy, please add to your letters. And my 3rd letter is the letter E. I'm using quite a broad felt tip pen for this exercise. Right, so I've got my letters. Now I'm going to take my pen again and I'm going to do some decoration. Very, very simple decoration around the outside. Just doing dots. Again, completely up to you. You might have some little tiny stickers that you stick on. Just going to continue that around the edge. And then repeat that on each one of my hearts. Again, this adds some dimension, some interest, particularly to this book. And those of you who are golfing enthusiasts might recognise some of the names in it. It's an autobiography of Nick Faldo and the winning copywriter team. I can't quote the year to you, but that's what the book is about. So you will see some familiar names if you are a golfing enthusiast of a certain era. And whether or not the book is interesting, the paper is good. And it's quite nice paper to work with. I actually find book pages from books is actually really, really nice paper, both to fold, to shape, to cut, and has a nice patina with the slightly yellowed pages, which adds interest to your project. And you might do quite a simple shape, but because the paper has got a patina to it, it actually adds to the aesthetic of the project, to the overall look. So I've very, very simply done that. Okay, very, very simply. I was going to use yellow, but actually I quite like the pink on the paper. Now, so